and welcome back to my channel. It's currently summer. I know I didn't upload for the last 2 weeks. I was just so lazy during the last 2 weeks of school to upload anything, but here we are in this video. I'm now officially a junior. That's so crazy. Like, I'm already so old. Like, I feel like the last 2 years, well, let's be so for real. Like, freshman year was so bad for me. Like, it did not fly away. But sophomore year, like, went by so quick for me. I messed up a good amount, mainly during freshman year, but there's also some things during sophomore year that I messed up. And I feel like this is a good opportunity to teach the upcoming generations of how to not mess up as much as I did, because I did mess up quite a lot. But it's okay. It's okay. You learn from your mistakes, and I want to educate you guys on what not to do, because I did do it. Or I just saw other people do it, but most of these I did myself. So, yeah. But I got it all on my iPad. When I say I got it all on my iPad, I mean I wrote it in my notes app on my phone, and then I realized I film on my phone. How am I going to be using it? So I just took a picture of my notes app on my phone, on my iPad, and we're going to be going through these. I have in total like 20. I don't know, I might combine some, but I'm probably going to talk about like 20 stuff. And I feel like these are really important things. Like, I see these back to school videos, but they don't, like, some of them are like actual like legit, and they like actually legit go through it, but like I felt like I should share my own, and I also didn't have a video idea. But anyways, let's get on with the video. I don't know why I do that. Like, I can just do the trend. Number 1, put effort into your appearance. You might be like, why would I put effort into my appearance? Like, I see a good amount of people showing up in pajama pants, or pajama pants that you just wear to sleep, and like, you might be wondering, it like sometimes it's really hard to put effort into your appearance, and you might be like, well, who am I trying to look good for? Try to look good for yourself. Like, I promise you, like, if you even like try a little bit, like for me, I always wear makeup to school. Like, it might not be like a full face, but like at least try in my outfit. I put something on, because when you try for school, it motivates you to do your work. Like, if you feel like you just rolled out of bed, why would you try in school? You know what I'm saying? And it like motivates you and makes you productive, and I feel like it's such a big thing that I just ignored freshman year. Like, for half freshman year, I just kept wearing pajama pants and the same like 3 sweaters. But sophomore year, like, okay, I'd rotate the same outfits each week, but like at least I put like a little bit of effort into my appearance, so like I felt motivated to be at school. Number 2, if someone says something to you, the best way to deal with it is ignore. Unless they're threatening you, or like they're actually like being really like you feel like actually like someone's gonna like jump you, okay? But like if someone's like saying something mean to you, saying something back of course is good, but like if someone's constantly saying something mean to you, the best way to deal with it is to ignore them, because then they'll look like an idiot. And I feel like this is such a good skill I picked up during freshman year. Like, people still say things to me, and like I just ignore it. Like, if you ignore it, people will leave you alone, because they don't get the reaction that they're looking for. When they don't get the reaction that they're looking for, they're like, oh, why am I doing this anymore? You know, like, they feel like an idiot. They overthink it. Okay, they overthink it more than you overthink it. Okay, so the best way to deal with someone's shit talking you, or someone saying something bad to you, I'm trying not to curse, so I don't know why I said the S word, but you get what I'm saying. The best way to deal with it is to just ignore it. Pretend like you didn't hear anything, or to just look at them and then look away. That's like such an easy way and such a good way to like not get involved and to get rid of a situation. Tip number 3, don't do the napping method. You might be like, what's the napping method? Everyone does this at least like once in high school. Like, there's a good amount of period of time where you're doing this method. I feel like a majority of high schoolers do this. And yes, it like gets the job done, but it doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna go through it if you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you like are doing it and you don't know the name. This is what I call it. I call it the napping method. It's basically because like most people have school really early. Like, my school starts at 7:27. Like, my bus comes at 6:50, and I like to be awake a little bit before like my bus comes, so I wake up at 5 a.m. So the napping method is when you go to sleep late and you have to wake up early, right? So you're so tired, you get this little bit amount of sleep. So as soon as you come back from school, you take a nap, and then you wake up in the evening. And then you have to stay up late again to get your homework done, and it just becomes this big cycle, okay? Just big cycle of unhealthy, like, not consistent sleep, which overall is bad for your health. You could be so much more productive with your time. Like, I guess some people like working in the night. If that works for you, that's great. But I feel like overall, you should not be doing this, because it's not healthy. So the best way to deal with it is as soon as you get back from school, you have to start your homework. You literally have to start your homework as soon as you get back from school. You shouldn't like come back from school and scroll on your phone, because then you're wasting time to get your homework done. As soon as you get back from school, complete your homework, okay? Put your phone to the side. Do something with your phone to get it out of the way so you're not using it. Complete your homework. Then anything else you want to do, try to get it done so that way you can go to sleep earlier. And when you go to sleep earlier, you get enough sleep, and so then the next day you don't do the napping method and you don't nap as soon as you come back from school. And I feel like this is just like so much healthier and just so much overall, like mentally for me, it just makes me feel like so much more productive, like I'm doing something, you know? Like when I go to nap and then I wake up and I do the work, I just feel so lazy overall. Tip number 4 sort of goes along with 3. Don't pull all-nighters if you can. If it's like possible, try to plan before when you're studying. Like please, like it's like not worth it. Like I get it once in a while, I've done my fair share of all-nighters, but try to not consistently for each test pull an all-nighter, because it will catch up to you. Like I remember the first few all-nighters I pulled, I was like, oh, I'm fine, like I can do this, like, but eventually it catches up to you. Like it literally catches up to you and you feel so dead, so unmotivated. And when you go to school and the teacher's trying to teach you something, you'll be so dead you won't catch on to it, okay? And then that just results in more studying. So when you're studying, usually for quizzes, it depends on like the person. For me personally, I can go like a day before and I can study for a quiz. Some people it's like 3 days. Figure out how much time you need to study for like a quiz or a test and plan beforehand and plan effective studying. And I promise you, like, you will feel a lot better. Tip number 5, sometimes it's really hard, but try to stay away from drama. Drama is idiotic and it's dumb. It's like a waste of your time. It just like ruins your vibe. It's like sometimes you'll have drama and then you'll be on your phone trying to text it to figure it out, and you just waste all your studying time for your homework and everything else. It ruins your mental state. It's just like a waste of time. So the best way, in my opinion, to avoid this, people will like talk bad about you, sometimes even if you don't talk bad about them, but the best way to stay away from as much drama, don't say anyone's secrets, don't say anything bad about anyone, okay? And don't like talk, like don't shoot talk, like replace the oh with like a I. You know what I'm trying to say, because I'm trying to not like curse, but don't do that. Because the more you do those things, the more people will be like, oh, this person said this about me, I'm gonna talk bad about her, and then someone's gonna hear her talking about it. Just turns into a big cycle. Just don't say anything bad about anyone. Be nice to anyone. Even if you don't like someone, be nice to them, okay? I'm not saying to be full on fake. You don't need to be close besties with them, but just like suck it up. Sometimes you gotta suck it up and be nice to people that you don't like. Because that's just how life works. That's just how life works. Like if you go and do a job and you get into like this big company, okay, and you hate your boss, but you can like get into a higher position and it's so high paying, are you gonna like suck up to your boss and still say nice to your boss? Yes, because you're making a lot of money. So in this case, be nice to people around you, because it affects your mental state if you have bad relations with like even people that you don't like. Tip number 6 is a really basic one. Join clubs and extracurriculars. If you complain that you don't have friends, it's because you don't do anything besides from go to class and go home. Like people can still make friends from in class, but if you like have trouble like making friends, join clubs. Like if you're into art, okay, like usually, I don't mean to stereotype, I really don't mean to stereotype, but like as an art kid myself, sometimes art kids are quiet, okay? So join art club, find like people with similar interests as you, okay? I'm not trying to stereotype anyone, I promise. Don't come for me, okay? I'm an art kid myself, okay? But you get what I'm trying to say. If you join extracurriculars or clubs or things you're interested in, you will find people who are interested in the same things as you. And to go along with that, tip number 7, choose a big activity. When I mean like a big activity, I mean like robotics. I mean like choir, band, or like a sport. Or you could do multiple, okay? Because those are the things that usually have like a community. You know what I mean? Like I'm part of choir, and choir has a community, and I really like the community in choir because it's like people that are similar to you, that like relate to you, okay? And just being part of a community makes you feel more like less alone in high school, okay? Like I love being a part of choir. Like choir is like one of like chorus is like so important to me. Like overall is like one of the best parts of my day. Being part of a community can make school like that much more enjoyable and sufferable. For this one, I don't mean to stress you out, okay? But I'm gonna be so honest, okay? Figure out like at least a couple areas of interest where you want to go in the future. It's okay if you change your mind, okay? But figure out what you're interested in right now, take classes in that direction, so that way when you're applying for college, you sort of have like a spike, a direction in your application. Of course, it's good to be well-rounded too, but certain colleges like spikes in the application, okay? Which basically means you take clubs and extracurriculars and classes towards the direction you want to go in. And when you do that, it like just shows that you have this like great interest for that. So figure out like maybe like a couple, you can like just explore like different areas, and then by like the end of sophomore year, I'd say is like about the time you want to be trying to figure out what you want to do. It's of course like fine if you don't, but I'd recommend that's around the time where you want to figure out like the direction you want to go in, even if you don't know the exact thing you want to do. Tip number 9, homework and studying before friends. And this is such like a hard thing, and I feel like it's like I really regret like the amount of times that I prioritized my friends over homework and studying freshman year, because I could have got like so much more better grades. Like my grades aren't that bad from freshman year, but I could have done better. You have to prioritize yourself. This is the biggest thing will ever remember, the biggest thing I ever heard that I feel like changed my life. You have to prioritize yourself, because no one is like required to prioritize you, and no one is built in to prioritize you, okay? The only person you can promise will always prioritize you is yourself, as long as you promise that to yourself. But your friend doesn't have to prioritize you. They're not obliged to prioritize you, okay? But this is your life, and you need to take accountability, which means prioritizing yourself, prioritizing your grades, and prioritizing your future, okay, over your friends. I'm not saying, okay, just become a like studyaholic and just study all the time, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like if there's like a party or something and you have a big math test and you know you're not prepared, but like prepare for the math test instead of going to that, because that's so much more important than going to that one party when you could just go to another one. You get what I'm trying to say? Tip number 10, don't be mean to your teachers and interact in class. I can't stress this enough. I don't get why people think it's so funny like to be mean to teachers. Like it's really not funny at all to be mean to teachers and to mess with teachers, okay? It's so much like nicer to be nice to a teacher, build like a genuine connection. You can get letters of rec, you can get like opportunities for extra credit, you can like actually talk about your grades. They'll be more open to talking about you, because in the end they are human beings, okay? In the end, the way they feel about you may influence your grade even by the littlest bit, okay? But that could determine so much, okay? So just be nice to your teachers. It's really not that hard, okay? Just like smile, interact in class, ask actually quality questions. And I promise you, you don't need to be a teacher's pet. Just like make sure they don't hate you. Number 11, have a bag of essentials. Like whether it be, I usually keep like hair ties, band-aids, and like hand sanitizer. I keep like all sorts of things in like a little bag, so that way I always feel prepared. I keep a hairbrush. I know I'm one of those people that brush their hair during class, I know, but like sometimes it really like pisses me off, okay? But just keep a little bag of essentials. I feel like especially for girls, and it's like really helpful. Like I feel like I fell out of this like halfway through the year, but like in the first half when I did, it was like so much helpful to just have this little bag of like everything I might need for like the school day. Tip number 12, one grade isn't gonna ruin your life, but multiple will ruin your GPA. So please be sure, if you are struggling in like a subject, to go for extra help or office hours or whatever your school offers. Get a tutor, because when you're doing bad in something, just don't give up. Don't be like, oh, I just suck at the subject, okay? No, like actually try, get a tutor, get someone to help you, okay? Ask your friends questions, stay late, okay? Actually put in effort, and I promise you, yes, you might not become an A student, but you will improve your grades, and at least you'll have tried, and you look back and like, okay, I tried. I'm just not good at that. But if you don't try, how will you know like your potential and what you can actually do? Tip number 13, find a study method that works for you. I feel like freshman year was the main period where I found a study method that works for me, which is basically I go through Quizlets or Kahoots of like the subject I'm learning about. I take it all and I figure out like the points where I'm weak on, and then I review those points. I watch review videos like for history. I watch Timelares for like macro and micro. I watch review econ and like Clifford. Like just find like a YouTuber or like some sort of like resource, watch the videos, and then after that go through like a study guide and whatever your teacher might give, or just write the key points. And I feel like that's like the main way to help me, just using like Kahoots and like quizzes and stuff, and just seeing what I missed and write down the questions that you missed and the topics that you missed, so you can review them and do better on them on the actual like exam day. Tip number 14 is more serious. Your friends will change, and so will you. The people you're around in high school will be different. Like some people it's the same. For a good amount of people, I'd say it's different, or it might not be. I don't know. For me, it's like incredibly different. I'm around people I didn't even know I'd be friends with until I reached high school. And even between like each year, like from freshman and sophomore year, your friends will change, okay? But that's not bad, because you're changing as a person too, okay? You need to find people that match who you are now, because high school, I feel like it's such a big time where you start to mature and realize who you really are and what you want to do with your life. And sometimes that might just not match up with the people you used to be friends with, but that's completely fine, and it will hurt, but it's just like It's just a thing of life. People are in your life for the period that they're supposed to be there. They were there for memories and they taught you things that no one else could have taught you. But like the minute it's time for them to leave, you have to let them go. Don't be needy, don't be desperate. Just let it happen and let it go. And I promise you, like, you will find people that match who you are now. Number 15, dating isn't everything. You're only a kid. Like, you're a teenager. Relax. Like, if you don't, like, have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or anything in high school, doesn't mean you're gonna be alone for the rest of your life. You're literally a kid. It's just, like, high school is, like, such a secluded environment. And you've been around these kids for a good amount of time. When you reach the real world, there'll be like a variety of people, okay? So like relax. If you haven't found someone in high school, doesn't mean you're gonna be lonely for the rest of your life, okay? Number 16, don't let the fear of failure and being embarrassed hold you back from doing anything. I remember there's things I could have done, but I was scared people would make fun of me. I didn't have any friends doing that, but I had people who didn't like me doing that, and I stopped myself from doing them. Don't let people hold you back from what you want to do. If you really want to do something, just do it. I promise you, you will regret like not doing it. Like there's so many things I'm like, oh, I should have done that. I just like care too much. Like I didn't know anyone there, and like blah, 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 blah. So from now onwards, like I feel like through sophomore year, whenever I wanted to do something, I just didn't. Like I didn't really care if I didn't have any friends, someone was gonna judge me. I just did it. I just did it. This is part of like something I just did. Like I literally created a YouTube channel when I was so scared what people would say about me, but like it's really not that deep. Like I'm making videos, like it's really not that deep. Just do what you want to do and don't be scared of what people are gonna say or you might fail. Just do it. Number 17 might be a little cliche, but you don't need a lot of friends. Like it's okay to just have a small group, because I promise you, like having a lot of friends is also a lot of work. Like if you have a lot of friends and you can handle them and they're like actual genuine friends, it's fine. But like having a lot of friends is a lot of work. It's a lot of work to manage and like be able to keep up with all those friendships. It's completely fine to have a small group of close friends, because I promise you it'll be more meaningful when you spend your time on those close friends than spending your time divided against like a bunch of people that you're not even close to. You get what I'm trying to say? Number 18, I sound like such a parent, but get off your phone. Find things you want to do, find hobbies, find things that interest you. Get off your phone. Okay, don't be sitting on your phone texting people. Blah, 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 blah. Like, it's good to text people, but like I actually got off my phone this year and I completed like a lot more because I got off my phone. Like, if you get off your phone, you can do so much in your life. Like, I know it's tempting to just scroll like and feel insecure and scroll through negative content. Like, don't do that. Get off your phone, do something with your life, find hobbies, find things you like to do, figure out who you are, and get off your phone and stop seeing what other people are. Figure out who you are, because scrolling through other people's life is not going to tell you anything about who you are as a person. Number 19, don't feel insecure about how you look. You're only a teenager. You're literally still a kid. Like, I know you sometimes feel grown up, but you are a kid, so don't feel insecure about how you look. I promise you'll change over time. Like, and if you don't, like, figure out the things that you can do to make yourself feel more confident. But please don't be insecure, and especially don't compare yourself to online people, because like people don't look like how they look online. They like actually do not look like how they do online. Like, I don't even, like, I sort of look like this, but I don't really like fully look like this. Like, this is like online. Like the last tip number 20. I feel like this is the biggest thing for me that put everything in perspective. High school is only 4 years of your life. And it might seem like the whole world's gonna end if you don't get the exact high school like dream you see from all the movies, or like things don't go your way, or something happens, or someone says something about you. But it's literally this little chunk out of this big chunk of your life. Like, I promise you, you're gonna like finish it and you're gonna be like, I can't promise that because technically I'm not an adult, but I still promise you that. I know I'm not like an adult yet and I still haven't finished high school, but I promise you, like, you'll look back and you'll be like, I really don't care about that. Like, I look back to freshman year and I'm like, I don't really care. I don't really care what happened. Like, I was a completely different person, okay? So it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay no matter what happens. Just realize that you're just gonna forget about all this by the time you're like 30. Like, you're gonna be like 50 and you're gonna be like, oh yeah. Like, you're not gonna remember any of this, so just let it go. Whatever happens, just let it go. Just keep moving and trying to be the best version of yourself. Anyways, that's my tip for those are my tips for underclassmen, and I feel like I hope they were helpful. Like, I hope I helped you guys figure out something or learn something going into like freshman or sophomore year. I'm probably gonna do this in 2 more years when I'm graduating as a senior, but good luck to anyone, no matter what year of high school you are, blah 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 blah. I don't really got much to say. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe, like, comment, all the usual YouTuber stuff that people usually do to self-promote themselves. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Bye!